Okay, I got one of these fork in the road agreements. This is from the Department of Commerce's website. I presume that most of them look identical for most agencies. So it's a 3-page agreement. I can only share this first page with you because I don't know how to share multiple pages, but we'll go through it. Hi, I'm Tom Spiggle, founder of the Spiggle Law Firm. We help people been fired or afraid they might be in Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. We represent federal sector employees nationwide. So the first half on page 1 are these whereas and wherefore clauses. I don't think them particularly important. You can skip over those. We get into it in paragraph 2 where they say you've got until, if you elect to be in this program, you agree to continue to work through February 28, where they kind of figure out what they're doing with your position. And then we start, number 3 is what the program is. You are on paid leave from March 1, 2025 to September 30th. According to this paragraph, during that time, you will maintain your salary and your benefits and, for example, your TSP contributions, sick leave. If you're eligible for within grade promotion, you will still receive that. So it sounds like, at least according to this paragraph, it would be as if you were still at the agency for all practical purposes. Number 4, it says that you will not be expected to work except in rare circumstances determined by the agency. A little bit of a big hole there. And it says that you receive this money. You will receive the pay through September 30th, 2025, unless you are convicted of a felony. So want to avoid that if you take the agreement. You will, according to paragraph 6, get a lump sum of your accrued annual leave. And number 7 says nothing prevents you from retiring before this period is up, although that will essentially end the agreement. And notes in number 9 that once you sign this, it cannot be rescinded unless in the sole discretion of the agency head, which I presume will happen almost never. It says here that if you resign before the September 30th, your position will be eliminated or reassigned, and you will not be subject to a reduction in force during this time. So now we get to the third page, paragraph 11. There's a lapse of appropriations during this time. Essentially, if there's a furlough, you will be on furlough during that period, but then, as they often do in furloughs, they will backfill what you were owed once you are off of furlough. Number 12 is the big one. You waive any claims you may have against your agency, including any claims that might be brought by your union. So once you sign this and accept the money, you can't bring an action. If the agency violated the law, then you're giving them a pass in exchange for the money. It notes that they will waive any owed debt. So for like recruitment bonuses, student loans, that sort of thing. And that finally, if you were subject to military orders, whatever those might be, would supersede this agreement. So that's the 3 pages of it. It sounds like, if you can believe this, that you will be, and that money will be appropriated, that it will be as if you are still at the agency for all practical purposes from March until September, with all the benefits, and of course you agree to waive all claims. And as the agreement notes, once this is over, though, you're resigned. You're not coming back, at least to this position. So I think if you are in a position, where you are close to retirement, maybe you were planning to leave the agency anyway, this may be something to consider. I would recommend talking to an attorney. The questions still remain: is the legality of this, or will there be funding for it? This is purports itself and appears to be an enforceable agreement. So if you signed it and the government welched, you would be able to sue. I mean, that's not a great option because you'd have to pay a lawyer to do that. These cases are not one that any lawyer is going to take on contingency. And as you can imagine, suing the federal government can be a time-consuming project. So those are the 3 pages of the agreement. Folks have, according to the agreement, until tomorrow to accept it. I recommend, if you're in a union, talking to your union. If you've got a lawyer, talk to a lawyer. Significant risks with this, particularly if you're not close to retirement or you otherwise wanted to had planned to stay at the agency, because you're giving up a lot for this 8 months of pay. But again, if you're on your way out anyway, If you're close to retirement and this will get you over the line, it may be something that might be worth taking the risk on, but I would talk to your union or your lawyer before, and your accountant before you do that. So there we go. That's the fork in the road agreement as it stands right now. I know people have a lot to think about. The reporting is that I heard from Axios is currently about 20,000 people have accepted it, which would be about 1%. They were expecting closer to 5. I mean, maybe that will uptick tomorrow, so we'll see. But a lot to think about. I hope this is helpful. Good luck out there, folks.